Do you want to know one of the single simplest indicators of determining whether or not you're getting into a relationship with an unhealthy person or whether or not someone has actually changed? It's simply this. Determine what has happened with their definition of strength. See, if someone's been in a very painful relationship in the past, and they've actually done the work of healing and going into their past and sitting in the pain rather than running from it and mining that pain for the gems of wisdom inside, then their definition of strength has changed from how much I can endure to how much I'm no longer willing to endure. Their pain threshold has gone from very, very high to very, very low. In the past, they would endure and endure and endure, and they saw that as a sign of strength. In fact, that's a sign of weakness. If you're always eating shit, it's because you're terrified to fucking stand up for yourself. You're terrified that you won't be liked or that you'll be rejected if you stand up and speak your fucking truth. And so they took it and took it and took it. Taking it is not a sign of strength. Enduring it, sacrificing is not a sign of strength. Strength is standing up, speaking your truth, saying what I need for me, no longer enduring it, taking your pain threshold down to here. No longer enduring someone transgressing your boundaries, no longer enduring someone putting you down, because every time you do those things, you are shouting to the universe, I don't matter. That's not strength. Every time over here where you're eating shit, you are shouting to the universe, I don't matter. And that is not strength, that is weakness. Strength is standing up for yourself. That's how you know if you're getting into a relationship with a healthy versus an unhealthy person. Sure, Sven, but how the fuck do you suss that out? You suss it out by looking at the first time you do something or say something that hurts that person's feelings, where you know it, where you sense it. Do they actually say it? You suss it out the first time you guys have conflict or the second time you guys have a conflict. Does this person stand up for themselves? Do they speak their truth? Do they say, you hurt me? And do they allow you to do it again? Do they insist that you apologize? If they're insisting you apologize, if they're standing up for themselves, if they're honoring their own boundaries, that's a healthy person. If they're eating your shit though, sure, it may feel good for a while to be in a relationship with someone who's willing to eat your shit and always let you be right, but that doesn't last very long. That's not a fun relationship because you're not in a relationship with a healthy person. You're in a relationship with someone who's always willing to eat your shit, who still thinks it's about enduring, who still thinks it's all about you, who is fundamentally driven by the fear that you might leave them. Someone driven by fear in life is not a happy, healthy person. Fear and happiness are inversely correlated. The more happiness there is, the less fear there is. The more fear there is, the less happiness there is inside of that person. So what you're looking for is how they respond. Do they stand up for themselves? And if they do, that's a healthy person. Sure, it makes the relationship more challenging and you actually have to fucking compromise and it's not easy. You don't always get your way, but it's a better relationship. Now there's a flip side to that. There's the inverse of that. And that's the person who always has made it about them. They've seen their definition of strength is how much I can take, not how much I endure. I'm not going to endure anything at all, ever. Is how much I can take. An extreme taker, what some people call narcissist. Well, extreme takers tend to find extreme givers, as you've heard me say before. And an extreme giver, or excuse me, an extreme taker, or if they were an extreme taker, the simplest way to know whether or not they've changed is that their definition of strength has changed. Strength is not that I have to have my way all the time. And why do they do that? Because I'm afraid if I don't get my way all the time, it means I'm not loved. So I have to take, I have to constantly take, because it's only in the taking that I get your stuff, your energy, I get all the things. It's only when I'm taking that my love cup feels like it's filling up when it's really not. There's a fucking hole in the bottom, precisely as I talked about in my last book. But that person, if they've actually experienced enough pain in life, it will break them. And it will, if they've actually done the work of sitting inside of that pain and cracking it open and finding the gem of wisdom inside, their definition of strength has changed from how much I can take to how much I can give. To where I can find the balance between taking and giving. They don't become an extreme taker, they don't go from being an extreme taker to become an extreme giver. They become more balanced. And how do you suss that out? You suss it out in conversation. You suss it out when there's conflict between the two of you. You suss it out when you state what you want. How do they respond? Do they just insist, no, God damn it, it's got to be my fucking way? Or do they actually give and take? What you're looking for is the person who can simultaneously speak their truth and be open to hearing your truth, where they can honor their own truth and they can honor your truth. They don't always have to have their way, but they do insist that their needs be met. That's a healthy fucking relationship. So the definition of strength is a very interesting, deep, simple, powerful way of determining whether or not a person is actually healthy. Where are you at in all of this? Or where is the person that you're in a relationship at? Have a kick-ass day.